If you've been watching my videos, then you will know that there is new research coming out that suggests that strength training is almost just as important as any other form of training when it comes to longevity. Now, my name is George, I'm a published health researcher and I specialise in muscle health, and today I thought I would strip this back to the basics. If you are a complete newbie, I mean someone who just decides that they want to take up strength training but has never lifted a weight before in their life, what does the science actually say that you should be doing? What is the most effective way that you could be spending your time in the gym? We're going to go through these points fairly quick fire. So we're walking into the gym for the first time. Where should we go? What does science say we should do when we step into that gym? Well, it turns out the answer depends on why you're going to the gym in the first place. So there was this study here where they essentially compared free weights, so things like barbells and dumbbells, versus machines, so generally those ones where you can move the pin around and control the weight that you're lifting, on outcomes such as how much muscle strength someone can gain and how much muscle growth someone can get. And what they concluded might be more obvious than you think. They found that if you want to get stronger on machines, you need to train using those machines. The same goes with free weights. People who train with free weights, they found gained more strength in the barbell bench press, in the shoulder press, movements that didn't have the stability of a machine. However, and this is really important, when they tested just general muscle strength, so nothing specific to what people have been doing on the machines or doing on the free weights, people who trained on machines got just as strong in the long term as people who trained with free weights. And the exact same was seen when it came to muscle hypertrophy, or how much muscle they could grow. This was really similar across machine-based movements and free weights. So now you're on the weight machine, maybe you've done a couple of sets, and you start to wonder, how hard should I be going here? How much should I be pushing myself? Now, the research is actually super clear on this one, and it might surprise you, because if you're just starting out, you will get no extra benefits from taking your sets all the way to failure. And yes, that might anger a few of the gym bros, but it's backed by research. The research shows that in people who are new to the gym, training to failure doesn't increase your strength more or even your muscle size more than training not to failure. Now, yes, this starts to change as you get more trained because your body becomes used to the stimulus, but there's a reason why some of the more accomplished exercise scientists on the internet recommend that newbies just focus on technique and particularly just learning movement patterns, because that's where most of your gains come from. So now you're leaving the gym, you had a great first workout, but you're wondering, how often should I come back? Now, the evidence that we have says that you should be getting in that gym and training at least 2 days a week. Now, when I say that, this is based on whole body training, so you would need to be training both your upper and lower body in that session. But there was this particular scientific review paper where they compared 1, 2 versus 3 times a week training. And they found that there was a pretty drastic difference between those who trained once a week versus those who trained twice a week. But when they looked at the difference between training twice and training 3 times a week, these benefits were a bit less clear. And they basically concluded that if you want to maximize your gains, training intensely twice a week is basically what you really need to do. Now, there is absolutely no problem in splitting this up, and I in fact would recommend this. So instead of doing 2 whole body sessions, we can divide that up into 2 upper body and 2 lower body sessions. And it might be slightly controversial to say that this amount is pretty much optimal for everyone. And outside of kind of professional bodybuilding ambitions, training your major muscle groups more than twice a week isn't going to get you any extra benefits. Now, as I mentioned at the start, I'm pretty well immersed in the research with my job. So based on all of the research that I've seen and contributed to, what would I do? So I would first of all look at my week and look at when I'm most free. I would set aside 2 evenings in that week. And on those evenings, I would go down to the gym and I would spend about 40 minutes working out. I'd pick 2 to 3 exercises for my lower body and then 2 to 3 for my upper body. So probably something like some squats holding a dumbbell. Then I would do some lunges, maybe holding a weight or just body weight if that was hard enough. Then for my upper body, I would probably do some press-ups, then probably some sort of rowing movement, so a barbell or a dumbbell row or an assisted pull-up. And again, controversially, at this point, I wouldn't really focus on sets and reps too much. I would probably just aim to spend about 5 to 10 minutes on each exercise, just getting used to how it feels. However, what I would be doing is writing down in my phone exactly what I'm doing. And that's basically how I would approach my first few months of training. Now, your progress will be very quick when you first start, and the majority of that progress, especially when it comes to strength, is coming from these neural adaptations, getting used to the movement patterns of those exercises that you're working on. So especially in the first few weeks, I wouldn't even worry too much about this progressive overload idea. And my main objective would just be to get used to how it feels to be in the gym and lifting weights. So thanks very much for watching, everyone. I hope this has been useful for those of you who are just starting out, considering starting out. If there is anyone like that you know, then send this video to them and they might find some useful tips. As always, thank you very much for watching, everyone, and I'll see you soon in another video.